Welcome to the 180th episode of Guerrilla Radio. We are in the postseason, and
kind of postseason now, right?
Yeah. So it's a big show. I'm sure we'll have at least 15 people watching to figure out if they get in the Hall of Fame, the first ballot message board Hall of Fame. But this will probably be our last episode for a little bit, unless anything crazy happens. Mike's going to be coaching the girls softball, so he'll be a little bit busy.
The Fighting 59ers. I'm officially on staff now. Today was the first day of tryouts.
Oh wow, they're fighting 59ers. They're not just like
I don't know how the address of their school fights, but we're the Fighting 59ers.
Is it like are they on like 59th Street?
Yeah, no, we're on 5959 Broadway.
Ah, nice.
They play Maryville in football and basketball. They call it the Battle of Broadway.
Nice. That's
returning state runners up, man. I'm trying to get a blue ring, like my guys down in Brownsburg.
You gonna go through Herff Jones?
That's what I'm trying.
Nice. So So we do we just go straight into the Hall of Fame?
We gotta get some comments first. Man.
We can make sure that people are here online watching. We're planning on doing our Hall of Fame tonight. We'll do a little bit of a grade rankings. There we go. Planning on doing our Hall of Fame. Sorry. Let's make sure the comments are working. Doing the Hall of Fame, and then so our people are not on. We have 15 people watching. I can tell. So we're doing the Hall of Fame, and then we're going to do grade rankings, and then talk a little bit about not freshman sophomore, 1A, 2A state.
Looked like some good results.
Yeah, you want to go over that first before we get some people in here? You can talk
we can do 1A, 2A state.
I'll bring that up. And NEIA Nationals were this weekend, and junior college.
Great. Congratulations to Jonathan Curvin, right?
Yep, Jay Curve coming with the title. First All-American in Floyd Central history. He had a great tournament. And then Graham Calhoun was second. He transferred mid-season to Southeastern Florida.
What's their mascot? It's like a guy with his hair on fire?
Yeah, they're the Fire. That's literally what they were. And then
that's where Emryan's going too, right?
Yes, Emryan's going there, and Blake Ripel went there for a couple years. So
good pickup, man. Blake's pretty talented wrestler.
Yeah, and then Jaquan East was sixth in junior college nationals. So congratulations to him. And then we will have D2 and D3 had regionals this past weekend. Still waiting to see the full lineups to make sure we get our we have the full list so we can have all of our guys. I did miss Nathan Critchfield for some odd reason on the NAIA one, so
because you hate the South. Just go ahead and say it.
Yes, I hate the South.
Because of their lack of cell phone service? Is that why?
Yeah. So, I didn't realize they did team scores at 1A, 2A state. So Hanover Central, they look like they brought a good crew over Hamilton Heights, Yorktown. A lot of really good matches there. And
I think Coach Bradbury is doing an amazing job at Hanover Central.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think people understand how good he was as a college wrestler. Like when we talk about like people that had college credentials, Coach Bradbury's got an amazing list of accomplishments.
Yeah, so that should be they had a lot of guys there. They took 14 guys and most placed. Had a couple champions, and the best thing about that is you get some matchups you don't usually get to see with teams from different areas. You know, Hanover Central doesn't really see Yorktown or Hamilton Heights much. Or
I think did they see him? They used to go to North Montgomery. I know we were kind of talking about off-season or in-season tournaments. I think Hanover Central and Hamilton Heights might have been at North Montgomery, right?
They might have been, yeah.
I mean, maybe Hanover Central was there last year, but I thought they were. I'm not 100% on that, but I think that they could. They don't see Yorktown for sure.
Yeah.
And they're not seeing Indian Creek and Indianapolis Lutheran.
Yeah. Were they there? Yeah, they were at North Montgomery this past year. So you're right. Yeah. Still, it's not not ones that you usually see, and that's good to see those kind of matchups and see how things go. But running down Heather Crawl over Jude Heaston, major decision. That's a good win. I mean, that's a real good match. Caleb Morrow, who was a state qualifier, was third there. So pretty good weight class at 106.
Good to see Jude back on the mat. I know he had missed some time. So that's 19 to 11, that's a lot of points. And Heather's really talented. I mean, 2-time state qualifier. I like that they put their season records on there too.
Yeah. Probably did a seed. Probably helped with the seeding. Rex Moore, Manchester over Braxton Aragon from Lebanon. Dagan Barbosa from Cowan. Senior. I think he wrestled 6 most of the year, and was third there.
I believe all 3 of those guys wrestled 6 this year, right? Rex was a qualifier.
Yes. Oh yeah, they were.
And then Braxton Aragon of Lebanon. That was one of the ones that I know that he was seated ahead of. Rex, or not Rex Moore, but Malone at Mooresville. He was the 2 seed, I believe.
Yeah. Kevin, I actually did not make it to Shipshawana this weekend. Thus, I have a lot more money in my pocket. Big baseball card show.
My mom loves Shipshawana, bro.
Yeah, they have about three times a year. They have a pretty big show up in Shipshawana. We've been there a few times, and it's crazy. But didn't make it over there. Instead, I went to the Carroll Charger Classic. Watched some great middle school wrestling. So 120, they're pretty good weight class. Sol Siberchrist over Isaiah Bukamiya.
Bro, I feel like Saul, and I think he went the other. I believe at some point he was at 132 this year.
Jeez, and wrestling 20 off season. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
So yeah, he had a real good season. I think he pull out at regional. I think
he pulled out at the sectional. He won sectional and pulled out, right?
He wrestled he pulled out of the semi-state. Or no, it's pulled out of regional. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong year. So he got second at regional sectional, pulled out of the regional. So
and he had a nice win during the season.
And he wrestled 32. You're correct.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of Shayna, I believe that there's going to be some 6-pounders that you see at ISWA maybe this weekend or next weekend or at Folk Freestyle that are going to be from 6 to 132. I'd be 126. I'm for sure, right?
Yeah, that's interesting that he wrestled.
What's Jackson Jean right now?
Yeah,
is he up at 122?
You'll see that a lot. It's interesting when you see the guys that jump up weight at 106. It seems a lot of them will skip 113. They'll go straight to 120.
I think it's really tough. And I know we're getting sidetracked a little bit because that's what we do. But that's a tough way because you're getting a lot of younger guys in there. And I think the 2-pound allowance is a growth allowance. Nice. Good, man. I thought he was on the smaller side, maybe 13 next year. I think you get that growth allowance in there because dudes do grow during the season.
Yeah.
And that cuts hard. That'd be good. I think he'll do well at 106. He's talented. He'll have a good ISWA, I'm sure.
Yeah. So yeah, it's always interesting when you see it seems there's quite a few 106s that do jump up to 120 their sophomore year after, and they're pulling a little bit too hard, and I think, you get to that point where you're 112 and you're like, man, you just balloon up and end up being, gaining 10 pounds. So should be interesting to see how that goes. Yeah, but that's interesting. Sol was at 132, and I assume maybe he just couldn't certify at 126. I don't know, or they hadn't. I'm sure they had an allowance there
too. His brother was at 26.
Yeah. So. So he's even doubling up, junior and 16.
I think that's always a good move.
Yeah. Hey, you have the opportunity to go get matches, high level matches. So 126, Liam Sieberchrist over Israel Williams, West Central. 14, another high score. Man, they were putting up football scores.
I know. Hey, I love it though.
14-11. Hayden Fritz over.
Hold on, did we jump 26?
Oh,
where are we at?
Sorry. Oh, geez.
Are you looking at last year's?
Am I? Probably.
Evan Kreiderman won 126.
Yeah. Whoa. How did I get into last year's?
Wesley Murphy over North Putnam. I know North Putnam and North Vermilion had a lot of guys with really, really good wrestles, records coming in. We kind of talked about that.
How'd that happen? But yeah.
Rafe Keith, Aiden Rangel. So that's another solid weight. I think this has been a pretty good weight class. Evan Kreiderman, that's who lost to. I know he lost to Hawkins.
Mm-hmm. And Bowen Keith, he was the one. Was it Bowen that qualified for state a couple years ago?
I believe so.
Yeah. So he was 7th. So yeah, pretty deep weight class there. I know Aiden Rangels had some pretty good wins. I think he did pretty well in Illinois, if I'm not mistaken. Wyatt Walters, North Vermilion over Tavian Smith, Faith Christian, Elijah Galt.
Shout out to Faith Christian, man. Those are my guys.
Yes. Yeah. So, Asher Jones, 4th. Jack Davis, your other guys, over Isaac Kuhn and Justin Boone.
That's my crew, man. Bishop Shatar, dude. You gotta go see those dudes, man. Told you, I gave the shout out last time for my boys TikTok.
Yes. Yeah.
That's a good weight. I think the top 5 there, all those guys spent some time in the rankings.
Yeah.
Jack Davis, obviously, state qualifier. Isaac Kuhn, Justin Boone, Dylan Jones. I know he was in the semi-state rankings. Maddox Cade was in the state rankings. And then, Landon Westerfeld had some awesome matches with Frazier of Calumet. Just some high scoring, back and forth. I think at the regional they're both on their back a bunch. So it was a really good match for those guys.
Yeah. So yeah, good weight class there. Wyatt Hoppus from Yorktown over Jalen Pugh. Bustamante over Eli Blossom. Some other guys that were in the rankings, semi-state rankings at least. So that's a good. Hoppus is pretty solid. Yorktown. I think Yorktown qualified for team state, if I'm not mistaken. I think they're going to keep getting better and better there.
I did, and they were right on the cusp this past year. And I know, I think they ended up withdrawing right before the vote. But I thought, it kind of sucked because there's a lot of guys that were on this year's team that helped kind of put that rebuild together. They, obviously Yorktown, probably 10 years ago now. This all blurred.
Yeah.
Together. They were the best team in 2A, and to kind of build back, and it's good to see those guys getting back in it.
So 150, Carson Fettig over O'Shea Phillips. Lincoln Carter, Eastside over Simon Kuhn, another pretty good weight class. I know Mike Adams from Bishop Tatard. Mike Sell, I think he's been in the rankings too. So
I like Cameron Mike Sell. I think he's tough.
So
is it lagging some?
You lagged for a second.
Jackson was not ranked. You're right.
Yeah.
He was on the watch list. I think I thought about putting him in the rankings right at Al Smith, and I think he ended up not placed. I think he had Tegan Newell in the round to go.
Yeah. So 157, Silas Foster over Michael Kane. Zachary White Jr., Mason Adams. So another pretty good weight class. Adams qualified for state, right?
Yep.
So
Western Boone.
Yeah. So
Weibo.
Pretty good.
First time since Jonathan Morales, right?
Yep. Pretty good weight class there. Pretty impressive that the weight classes are pretty deep here. Braden Heights, Crawfordsville, or Ty Corporal of Eastbrook. So at 165, Ian Thompson over Hayden Mansilla of Boone Grove at 175.
I think he was a Bulldogs premier kid. I know he spent some time in the rankings for the semi-state, but I thought he was a Crown Point kid. Then I seen him. Obviously, I don't get a ton of Boone Grove results, but 1A, 2A state, Mr. Joel.
So, 190, Peyton Wagoner of Yorktown had a real good senior year over Jeremiah Ulam from Monroe Central. So that was obviously there's quite a few seniors that wrestled, which was pretty impressive. So
yeah, I mean that makes it a little bit tougher for the rankings next year to see what you think those guys are gonna come back, but it is cool to see that they go out and I know it's a hot topic on the board and it gets heated, but you definitely see a lot of 4A and 5A or 4A, 3A guys in the state championship matches. And I think when you're going to this is an opportunity to say, hey, if this was it, where would I have placed if it was just the smaller schools? Mm-hmm. Shout out to my guy Latrell Lancaster of Calumet too, man.
Yeah, fourth there. So then 215, Jaden Bartozek over Aiden Hinchy, Spencer Watson and Noah Owens. So another pretty deep weight class. Some guys with some state experience.
Well, Watson was a state qualifier 2 years ago. Bartowski's a 2-time qualifier now.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, real good weight class there. What was the semifinals there? I did not. So Bartozek over Watson. Hinchy over Owens.
What was the score on that Barzik and Watson match?
Pinned him in 3. Wow. It was 3-0 Barzik, and he pinned him.
I know Barzik ran into Will in the sectional, regional, semi-state, so that's 3 of his losses. Been pretty tough.
Yeah. And then Colin Foy of Hanover Central had a real good senior year. Pretty solid wrestler. I mean, might be a good pickup for one of the smaller schools. I think
he's a really good football player. I believe he's an offensive tackle. Nice. I believe he's played football in college. I think they've seen that. Real big kid, wrestled back at the semi-state. I mean, I texted you. It was crazy that you had all these guys coaching against Beck, all the other heavyweights. Yeah. I mean, and maybe Colin Foy is just a super nice kid. I'm not really sure. I don't know him. I hope he's a nice kid. He's 6'4", 6'5", 280. But I asked oh man, people not like Beck because they're coaching against him pretty hard.
Yeah. Foy over Michael Henderson of is that Northeastern? I think it's Northeastern. So
he was a state qualifier, correct, or a ticket rounder?
Henderson.
You think Matthew Henderson of Northeastern, they might be related?
Possibly. He was a ticket rounder. Lost to Paris Green, who was ended up being a state placer at 3-2. So, pretty close to getting a state medal if you run it back like that. So, pretty good. Interesting. Matthew and I'm sure they were. So pretty good event. Glad that they keep putting this on, and it's a great way for kids to continue wrestling and obviously get some matches in, but also, like I said earlier, it was pretty interesting to see so many seniors wrestling and their coaches and teams are, like to see a few more teams there, but it's a real good event and pretty sure that it's going to continue to grow. So.
Yeah, I think, and I know we kind of talked about we didn't know if it was going to be on, and I'm happy that they were able to continue to put it on this year, and I'm happy that they found a better weekend for it. I think going up against 1A or freshman sophomore is really tough, making those guys kind of make a decision of what they wanted to wrestle. But really, really cool. I like that event. Obviously, I went to Calumet, which was, I guess it's a smaller school. I didn't even know. Had no clue. Zero clue when I went there. I knew there wasn't a lot of people in my graduating class, but I thought that was a lovely school. I knew we weren't Lake Central, but I didn't know, and it was in a hood, so you start with X amount of kids, and by the end of the year, the hallways are a lot more open, a lot less crowded.
So, were you guys? I mean, how many do you have in your senior class, your graduating class?
I think I was like 23rd of like 113 or something.
Okay, so you probably had closer to 150. So maybe 150, maybe even 200.
Yeah. I mean, like it's weird because there was like people that like I always tell the story. We had like an alternative school on site, and like kids would drop out like as a freshman and say like, I'm going to work or whatever, and I'd be like, oh, like that's cool, man, good luck. Like I just thought like, oh, cool, you gotta go make money. And then they would be like graduation, like, yeah, I went to alternative school, got all my credits, and I was thinking like, I'm out here grinding every day, half days, getting to leave for lunch, bro, going to get Burger King. Like, not that Burger King's even great.
Yeah.
Like that's when you know, like when you're in a hood, you get like Lon John Silver's, rallies. Like that's when you know.
Man, I need some rallies. That sounds good.
What? I don't even think we're talking about the North, are we?
No, we're just talking about the 1A, 2A state.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, but yeah, rallies. You know, like you're in some spots, man. You start seeing like off-brand chicken places.
Yes.
That double up with fish places.
No, you gotta try.
Places in a hood. Like there ain't even an ocean around here. How are we getting this good shrimp?
Yeah, you gotta. Oh, geez. Heine's. You gotta try Heine's chicken in Chicago. I don't even know where exactly
I think you told me that. Actually, you told me that, and I asked. I think we talked about this on the show last year.
Yeah.
Right. And dude, I got so much, and I thought Paul Maldonado should have been the first ballot. Shout out to my dude X Card. But dude, I got so much trash talked to me about not knowing about Heine's. From these dudes.
I'm sorry.
I feel like I got like I got pulled out of this, like I lost my hood card, man. Like, they didn't want me to be in the hood no more.
And I'm the one that calls you out on it. Some Garrett kid. Yeah, Heine's, they have like the hot sauce, and they'll put your fried chicken and fries in it, and it's awesome. And my wife got her mom and sister got her some like the bottled hot sauce, and we were just there last weekend or 2 weekends ago, and I'm like, hey, we were just right by it. Let's go get the big. They have like the gallon jug of it, so we end up getting that. The one year we were moving, my buddy, it was in our pantry. My buddy like picked it up. I mean, it's thick. It's this vinegar and hot sauce. He picks it up. He's like, "Why do you have paint in your in your pantry?"
And you tell them, bro, don't go out to Chicago in the hood. Now we are talking about the North, bro, for real, on everything.
Yes.
Yeah, let's do it, man. Next year, we got booted from the Mount Carmel event. They didn't want our brand of broadcasting.
I guess not.
Let's we'll go next year. We're in Crown Point. We'll go to my boys' bar, man. I just went there on Saturday or Sunday.
Yes,
we're gonna have the party there. The pre and post at Public Bar downtown Crown Point.
Can we just get off the Cubs convention weekend?
Dude, they're never gonna do that. That's the weekend they're doing it.
Yeah. So now we are going to go to our Hall of Fame, and
I think we missed the boat on this. And I seen Garcia posted, "Can I get a Flair intro?" Dude, we should have let everyone we should have told them right before we went on that they could cut a 30-second promo.
Oh, jeez, that would have been. That would have been very. Maybe we can still do it. He can post it on YouTube, or I'm sure he has a TikTok. He shows off his dances and stuff, and
bro,
just link to that.
I bet we do. I bet he does. I think we amended the rules a little bit pre-show. We did a little pre-show amendment of like what we're looking to do.
Yes. Yeah. Executive decisions. As we said, this is run by a bunch of crooked media people just like the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Bro, I'm telling you, man.
But we're gonna, but we do encourage steroid use and controversy. So, but I guess, do we want to just play the video or talk about it first?
Talk about like the things that we changed or what like the voting was. I thought that the vote page kind of went a little wild, a little sideways on us.
Yes.
I think that went a little went a little bit crooked. It wasn't one of those things like you thought everyone was going to be real cool. And then they kept throwing more names out there, so I really didn't know.
Yeah.
Got hijacked for a little bit.
Yeah,
but, I'm giving like props to my dude Garcia for real. Like he brought some amazing points, and like I'm sure this is like the one time he's probably barely ever heard this, right? So like the parameters for posting, we kind of amended that a little bit, and I think that was true. Like you have to have a couple years on the board before we let you in this thing. Yeah. And I thought that was a good idea. And he made a post, and I think it's right. And the guys that were on there that are deceased now, they were great posters, but like there's like these wrestling cycles go in 6 years basically, unless you're a real legend. You're in the 6-year window, and then there's people that don't even know those guys, you know?
Yeah.
And they got to be like an old timer to kind of understand like the impact that those guys were making on the sport in Indiana and how far it's came along, you know?
Yeah. So our amended rules is we are going to induct 3 people posthumously, and then we're going to add the top 4 vote getters, mainly because there's a tie for 5th. So we'll let them run it off next year. So, but we had 147 people voted, which is pretty good for the off season, and I'm sure maybe
off season 1 week.
Yeah. We'll get it a little bit. Maybe we'll start the voting next year during state week, during a high octane place.
Yeah, we should. Yeah, man, we should do that. Like the week at the day of team state semi-state draws. Yeah,
we'll start putting that out. I do have a list of who's on the next wave list. So, but Nick, we forgot to bring Nick on. Darn it.
Dude, is he in the comments? I didn't even see it.
Yeah, he just commented. Nick, do you want to get on? I can send you the link real quick, maybe.
Dude, I could BS this for a little bit longer. I got a bunch of nonsense I can run off.
Let's see. Let me add Nick to this call. I've totally.
We were gonna cut this in awesome too. This is a mess up.
Yeah. Let's see. Can invite friends. I don't know how this does this. Call free. Come on. Let's see. How do we do this? This is. Come on. Okay, let's see. Get on Skype, Nick. Let's see if this works. See if your Skype, you still have that Skype in there. That's a great picture. Oh, it's coming in. Oops, there's my other. Don't look at that.
I don't even know what it is.
It was the...
we're looking at the personal stuff now?
Oh, we were looking at... It was the people that were the... for the next Hall of Fame. So, did Nick not get on? Let's see. How do I add that? Oh, there we go. Share. Copy to clipboard. I'm sending you an email, Nick. Hopefully you have that up. Okay. There we go. It had my... there's my emails. Anyone want to check out my emails, feel free. Let's see. I got to bring up the video here. Let's see.
Dude, Nick's probably going to have it, it's going to have to, get updated, you know?
Yes.
He's got the oldest version of Skype. I hope.
Oops. We almost played it. So, here we go.
See.
And I have to change his name on here. I'm sorry, Nick. We totally forgot. And I got to change your name. All on the fly. Man.
It's a good thing you didn't have anything X-rated in your emails.
Yeah, I know. Is that how you spell his name? I-E, yeah. So, it looks like he might be getting on.
Let's see. It's been a while, man. Nick, one of the OGs of the original start this off with Google Hangout.
Yes.
Then went to the squeeze a little bit. If he comes in with that music, that's gonna be great.
I think he's on. Let's see. Do I see him? You getting on there, Nick? I see I see the image, but I don't know if. Oh, is that you?
I'm here. Let me work on the camera part.
He is here,
man. This is exciting. A night of surprises.
Hold on, I have to open. Hopefully, this is the one. Oh yeah, it is Streamlabs.
Hopefully, you guys can hear him. You can hear him, right? I gotta make him a little bit less soundy because he's probably echoing.
Probably.
And Nick Weiss, John. Okay, there we go. There's a Skype picture. So
it's very attractive. How's it going, fans?
What's going on, brother? How you been, man?
You know, I've just been first off, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth just came out, so I've been grinding at that. So
yeah, he's working on the camera. He has another site that uses a camera that he has to get it off that. He has some fans that are only his.
That's you, man?
Oh, man, that makes so
You're
much money.
Fabio Jr. from OnlyFans. Well, I'm like your biggest fan out there.
If you've seen my feed, you're welcome.
This is going to go very sideways real quick.
Dude, I forgot how off we used to get on these things.
Jeez,
I'm working on it. on it.
Garcia is just like in shambles. We're talking about 1A, 2A state. We're trying to get Nick linked in, and he's just like, "Am I in?" So he's probably.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
The fans can hear you, man.
Yeah.
What do you say to everyone that's missed you, bro?
Hey guys, I'm still here. I'm still doing my thing. I just gotta get this virtual camera up and running.
When I did 16 hours on the mic at Al Smith, I was sad I didn't get to see you.
You know what? No one called. That's the part, man.
What's crazy is it's the same days every year. It's like Christmas, bro. You could.
No, I knew it was there, but I didn't think I was wanted. I didn't think anyone wanted to see me, so I was like, I'll just hang out. It's cold. I got my cats.
You got your cat. Nice. Everyone wants to see you. You were a celebrity last year.
Wait, what? No, I wasn't.
Do you not have a web camera?
I do, but it won't let me pick it for some reason. It's like my Streamlabs. Maybe I can.
This is the behind the scenes of
yes.
Of the.
Nick knows nothing about technology.
It's a real pain in the butt.
This is what the pre-show actually looks like, guys.
Yeah.
We try to turn this pay-per-view prices.
Continue. We'll use my voice, and I will try to figure this out.
All right. So we're gonna intro this video for the Hall of Fame.
Yep. Here we go. This is our Hall of Fame video.
Nick, I do want you to know I try to push Joe to get you in the Hall of Fame. He said you're basically a member of the staff, so you can't get in.
That's, okay, first off, I told him I need to be in because the only other Hall of Fame member in my family is my dad, Wiffle Ball Hall of Fame. Look it up, Jim Weistron. He's a champ. So it's basically my blood that I should be in it, but whatever, Joe.
Well, we'll work on it. Maybe we have a cooling off period. I don't know when your last. We'll work on something. You know what? The first rule of our Hall of Fame is there are no rules.
Yeah.
So
listen, if I've seen the WWE Hall of Fame, you don't need to have rules for any of this.
So here's our video. Hopefully you guys. There might be sound. I'm not going to guarantee it, but of our Hall of Famers. We are posthumously going to induct Perseverance, who's one that was not on the ballot, but we wanted to get the people that had passed away and that had contributed to the board. The Ancient Elder, one of the best historians, and he did graciously gave me a lot of the stuff, the brackets and everything that I still have, and definitely will pass them on as needed. But just great historian, wrote a great book. I do have it somewhere on my couch over here. And then obviously Greco ref, Olympic referee, but also just a super great guy. Came to Indiana and embraced everything Indiana, even from Ohio. So we can't hold that too much against him. So he passed away about 7 years ago, 6 or 7 years ago, I believe. So
officiated the Olympics.
Yeah.
Perseverance, all red, great dude, amazing guy. Like he passed away 5 years ago, 4 years ago.
About 4 years ago, I think. Right when Silas was 3 or 4. It's hard to tell how long Silas was in college, but it was right after Silas won his title, and then he did. But he's super good, great guy, great story of just being on the wrong side of the tracks and getting life right, and raising a great kid, and definitely always love watching Silas wrestle. So he's great guy and all that. Oh, Nick went offline.
Well, it was good to see Nick. We love having Nick here.
Yeah,
he was great. Come back anytime and see us. Yeah, dude, amazing dude, man. And he was like, literally, if you've seen Eric, you probably he looks like one of the scariest dudes, right?
There he is.
There he is.
Nick is here.
I had to make my desk bigger. You gotta see that sick litter box? Look at all that poop.
Jeez.
Clean that.
And then Tom Greco ref, and the Ancient Elder Dick Neal, correct?
Yes, Dick Neal. So Martinsville guy, just super great historian for the in Indiana, and kept just great records and a lot of stuff. And that is still a summer project. Hopefully I can get that done this summer, of trying to get another book out. And
Bro, you're about to be so busy with your kids playing ball, man.
I gotta get this done now before he gets super into the travel stuff. But I do have a lot. I have all the data. It's a matter of putting it in the best form possible, and definitely will honor him for all the stuff that he did for the sport. So if anyone wants to help me write a book, help me. It's not very I have to write it. I just got to put the data in good format. So
Hook and Half was close, right? Hook and Half was real close to Hall of Fame.
Yes. Hook and Half was on the. He'll probably get in next year. So, and then the current living legends: General Heavy Hands, Matty B, Region Rat 1, and Team Garcia.
Who's been suspended off the board more of those guys?
Heavy Hands.
Oh, 100%. Not even a question.
Garcia.
How we not got Heavy Hands in this chat right now?
I don't know. Where's he at? I don't know. He obviously saw the vote. He got the most votes. Garcia hacked it and just like, hey, as long as I get in, I don't care where I'm standing. So he was trying to pass votes off whenever.
The guy, he is always out there. He's always doing his thing, and you can't bash that. That dude's just out there living his life. Trying to support people. You can agree or disagree with him, but that guy's just out there, and you got to respect that at the end of the day.
He believes in what he's selling 100%.
Yes.
He's a passionate dude for real.
Yeah. So, Garcia 2-time suspension. That seems about right. I don't think Matty B, I don't think I ever gave any vacations to. Region Rat, no. He just came. He made a comeback this year. So he'd forgotten his email address that he used as probably a AOL one. So
yeah, Hotmail.
Him should hang out.
Yeah, and I got one today or yesterday from somebody that forgot their email address because they got a new phone. Thunderpin.
Nice. Thunderpin was down there? Dude, Thunderpin was down the block from me. We were going to go get wings last Tuesday.
So, I still have a Hotmail account. Nice.
Man, do you feel like every now and again, dude, we do this with tryouts, right? And you got to like upload an email for our tryout, like send you stuff. Every now and again, you get like one of those wild, like my 19-year-old email, you know?
Yes.
A lot of like raunchy stuff, a lot of like, you know, half vulgar. And you're like, all right, like what's going on here? Do you ever get those when people are signing up for accounts?
Oh yeah. Yeah. They, there's some good ones. And when you look at it, like, whoa. Yeah. So yeah, sorry. The general is here. So he is in the house. So first ballot Hall of Famer.
Congratulations, man.
So,
dude, you guys are sending dirty emails on Hotmail, Matt Kelly. You dirty dog. Passion alive. I like it.
He's probably using AIM. Probably still chatting on that.
Dude, I wish I still had my AIM.
Bro, people play that Doors, like the people signing in sound comes on every now and then, and it might just get thrown back to like 2004.
Dude, we were doing that in 2000. That was the original texting.
Joe, you were on MSN Messenger, you nerd.
No, I was not. I was an AIM guy. So, yes.
Congratulations to Heavy Hands, Matty B, Region Rat, Team Garcia, Perseverance, the Ancient Elder, and Greco Ref, man. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah. So,
all I'm saying is that's 2 from the county, so y'all lagging.
Yes.
Dude,
it's Southern bias.
That's what, dude, I was about to say. I haven't – I thought Dog Pound Red, one of the funniest dudes this year on the board. I looked at the bracket. I'm like, man, this dude might be right. There might be a Southern bias going on right now. In the North, we got to step up our wrestling, and we got to step up our message board game.
Well, no, the other people. Here's my theory: is the other people are just like, no, I'm going to be like a real human and not like act like a moron on the internet. And instead on the South, we're just like, screw it, we're just going to go full in. It's like pro wrestling. Let's just do this.
You're trashing all the Hall of Famers. You came out here to enjoy you.
Hey man, I'm here to be the bad guy. That's always how I am. I'll say the unpopular opinions, and I hope I'm wrong.
You hope you're wrong.
If it gets people to watch the match, I did my job.
Oh, jeez. I miss having Nick on here. We need to have just like special, like at least monthly Nick's rants and raves. What's your rant this year? You know,
about wrestling?
Yeah.
Cool. Joe, you're gonna love it because it's about classing.
Uh-oh.
And it's pro classing.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So that's my big thing is I think we need to do it.
Dude, I did that. The build up for this was so good, and then it was like, yeah, we should do that.
I mean, I can sit here and go into arguments. I don't want to take up all the time when we're trying to do the Hall of Fame thing. Save it for next week.
Yeah.
I think that everyone that we should give them a 30-second video and we'll play it. Just I want to on Twitter, no cussing.
Yeah,
who do you want?
Yes, but yeah, if you send me a video, we'll put it on YouTube. We'll link it, and you can do your speech. Send it to me. Figure out a way. Email, phone, whatever. We'll put it on there for the 4.
So you're gonna have to email Joe at
IndianaMat.com. Joe at IndianaMat.com. It's pretty.
Is that really? Why don't I got an IndianaMat email? Or you can call him at 260.
No.
Call him direct.
I don't think. Well, I don't know.
Let's go because the address is.
Well, you know where I live. There's not too many houses on Victory Bay.
I mean, I know where you live. I'm not going to dox you on the internet. People are crazy.
Yeah, because you can't look it up online and figure out.
Bro.
You just got to. If you look in Allen County, you got 3 different residences. 3 different.
Is that a lot of Joe Caprinos in Allen County or what?
Yeah. Nope. There aren't very many Joe Caprinos. Period. And I got 3 residences, so 3 properties, I guess. Not resident. Well, I guess they're residences. Just make sure you go to the right one.
You said the address enough that people are gonna know.
Yeah. Yes. I don't know if people realize that I truly do live on Victory Bay. So.
You need to stop, bro. It's the internet, man. People are crazy.
I got cops live at the end of my addition. We'll be fine.
Bro, there's so many like police that live on my street. It's crazy.
I've been there. I've seen it.
I know.
Yeah.
I got to see when I went to your place. I got to see where Michael Jackson lived.
Yeah. Well, there wasn't a lot of police in that neighborhood.
No, it was really nice.
Yeah, Nick got he got to go to Black Oak and see some new areas.
Telling you, hey, I'm petitioning for us to host the next state finals when it's not in Indy at the Northern Indiana Hard Rock, right in Black Oak, Indiana. I told Artie we're gonna get the post and pre-show.
Man, whatever the big arena in Elkhart, man.
What's that one?
Whatever, there's the Elkhart ones. I don't even know the name of it, but the Elkhart arena is like one of the biggest ones around. At one point, it was like the biggest like arena in the state for high school, at least.
Oh yeah, the Elkhart gym's huge. So, but it's no Maryville, but it's still pretty big.
Ah, bro.
Nothing to do Maryville. You should have the big final at Maryville.
Dude,
they don't go to 2 mats until we're to the semis.
Bro, I feel like we did this whole semi-state talk. That's what we should have had you on. Like, when you're at Maryville and you're in that semi-state, dude, it was just a different vibe. It was a different electricity.
It was a different way to warm up. That's
yeah. You guys got to warm up? I thought only Maryville got a wrestling room to warm up.
Oh, no, there wasn't a wrestling room. We were warming up like next to like academic Super Bowl trophies. It was great. In that room. My favorite Maryville story is one kid had an upset. I couldn't remember the name or anything, but he had this upset in the ticket round, and he just comes out of the gym while I'm trying to like get ready, and he goes, "I did it! I'm going to the show!" And he was so happy. I was so happy for him. It was like the first time I've seen joy in someone's eyes, and I was like, you know what? Good for him.
It brought you back to life. You're like the Grinch.
It was like, you know what? The world's okay. It was the Grinch getting his heart growing 3 times.
Oh, jeez.
No, that's usually there's actually a hallway where everyone would just go and cry.
I wasn't in that hallway ever there. Now listen, at Conseco or whatever it is now, do not cry in the stairways. They will tell you to move because it's a fire hazard. That's just
dude. Top line security. Right?
But your tears would put out the fire.
That's what I tried to tell them. They did not agree with me.
Probably my least favorite thing about COVID, like in the whole world, was in the state finals. They just made the guys that just lost the state championship match stay on the mat, and so they had to raise their hand. Yes. Like they literally were going to sprint out. They're like, no, you need to stay and watch the actual pain in your eyes while I raise the other person's hand right now.
Oh, you mean
and wait for you to get your medal.
I mean, there's a lot of things not to like about COVID, but personally, that's my least favorite thing about COVID.
That's one of the things about freestyle I don't like, because that's what they do. They're like, no, you can't run away. We need to raise both hands, and you need to be here so everyone knows you lost.
And then you got to go shake the ref's hand because to emphasize.
Well, there's 3 of them, so you need to do that.
Yeah, the 6 refs. So, oh, yeah, we got a couple.
If you're from Rugby, you're definitely not saying anything that might scare the ref at all.
Yes. So, do we have any more Hall of Fame notes?
Oh yeah, we got. If you're from Rugby. Sorry, I had my volume up. Man, what's should we say like so the guys that are on the ballot this year go back on the ballot next year, right?
Yep.
Which is Hook and Half.
Yep.
Matt M. Right.
Yeah. So we'll have Hook and Half, FC Fighter.
All of these people that you're naming, it's unfortunate. We couldn't just let everyone in. You have to make it exclusive somehow. But you guys are all very much worthy of being in there.
Who's your favorite poster of all time, Nick?
Favorite poster of all time? Oof. It's gonna be the pen guy who I don't know is on anymore.
Uncle Jimmy?
M109R? Is that the guy?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think it is like M109R.
That's gonna be my favorite. I don't have a reason behind it. I just know he was a pen guy, and he always seemed to stand up.
Yeah. So, should we announce who might? So we have FC Fighter, Hook and Half, Matt M, and Wrestling Scholar will be for sure. Probably looking at guys like X Card, Uncle Jimmy, Numbers. Oops. Blue and Gold still needs a couple more years of good.
Them rookies. We can't just let them in right away.
Yeah, AJ, AC Computer, Silence Do Good, J Mill. Oh, Matty B's already out.
J Mill.
Maligned. Those are all my One Proud Dad. SWI, Southwest Indiana fan. So
do we have a little one number? A One Proud Dad's my guy. Bought us some drinks at the live show.
Yes, that'll get you on the ballot.
That'll get you on the ballot, and you buy me enough drinks, we'll get it on the ballot.
Yeah. M109R.
Yeah, you can buy it. You can buy us. We're not.
I see. Did Jay Biceps come back to the board this week?
Did he? I don't know. He's his.
Or do you think it was a burner?
I don't know. I didn't see unless I missed it. But Biceps, he was more active on the old board. Did he come up? He makes like an appearance every so often.
I thought he was in this like Four Horsemen post. That wasn't him.
Oh yeah, he did make a post. Holy cow. He did make a post. First one since 2020.
Hey man, COVID got all of us.
He did a yeah. Wow, I did not realize Dustin must have told him and Dustin used to always and I would always get into it. So yeah, he did make a post. So yeah, he might be. I mean, if he sticks around, we'd have to check his qualifications.
Did the Rat make it in? Did I miss that?
Did who?
The Rat?
Yeah, Region Rat. Region Rat won. He probably wouldn't have been on. He probably would not have made first ballot Hall of Fame if he didn't make a comeback this year.
Man, can you imagine Region Royalty?
Region Royalty or Indiana Mudflap. They if they'd have kept up strong, I know. Was it Mudflap or Royalty, the one that gave us the classic "Keep the Bus Running" thread?
Indiana Mudflap. Indiana Mudflap. Keep the bus running at the Maryville/East Chicago semi-state.
Yes.
That's a savage post, man. That's a savage.
Yes,
post.
If we could have kept that for the years to come, I mean, he would be able to get in if that would have kept going every year.
It takes a lot of skill. You can offend a singular person, but to offend entire communities when you're telling them that they need to go get on the bus.
Hold on, real quick. I was reading the chat on Joe's screen, and yes, I think we should class the Hall of Fame, Matt. I think we very well should. Those smaller school guys, they deserve to be up there. Where's Bustogate? Where's he at? Yeah, exactly. We need to let everyone have a chance here because some people just can't get on it. Some people have real jobs that can't be on the message board 97% of the time.
Dude, then you're not really trying. We all got phones. We could just be here,
yes.
We could be here just checking their stuff.
You just got to work harder. Just have a burner phone.
Yeah, work harder. Yeah, you should just work harder. Be better.
Yeah.
Just be better than the other guy.
Yeah.
Easy. Don't get pinned.
Who else is on our... there might be one that makes a comeback next year. Possibly. A crazy parent, now grandparent, that might... that's on my list. I think
Right through, man. I'm repping the brand tonight.
Yeah. Oh.
I'm gonna put my vote for next year to J Mill right now. I gotta rep my boy.
He'll be. he's on the short list. We gotta narrow down to
I'm going
6.
X card, bro. Original Pick'em's champion X card going in next ballot.
Yep. I think I have him and Uncle Jimmy probably as 2 shoe-ins for next ballot. And then there's a good. We got quite a few good candidates. I mean, maybe we'll throw Nick on there just to create controversy.
Oh, I won't win. People hate me enough. It's okay. I have my fans, but there's way more negative.
You got to get back to posting. When's the last time you actually made a post?
It was this year. I'll look right now. As of January 25th, maybe? January 24th, probably.
Let's see.
And it was, I'll tell you specifically what it was. It
Most
was South Vanessa,
pinfalls.
nice area, but very dependent on what Notre Dame deems worthy of being fixed up. They run the town like the mafioso. That's coming from an ND fan.
Nice. We need more county.
Yeah, great post.
That was great. Hey, it got I looked at it. I got, never mind, there weren't likes. There was 2 quotes. So.
Hey, man, I'm just happy you're here.
Yes, it definitely has taken us off topic, but it's okay.
My bad.
We don't have anything
Guys,
else.
I've been back in the game. I went to the Penn Folk Style Open. Mr. Harper ran a fantastic tournament. Although it was a little late. He was a little late to get started. And it was like, good news, guys. You have extra time to practice. And I was like, I see you, Brad. Smart. Good branding. No, I've been doing that. I've been helping out at Mishawaka with the little kids stuff. And I went to the Penn tournament this year to help coach some of those kids. And was in the Mishawaka room a couple times this year. And, it was fun. It was good to get back into it.
So can you beat any of the little kids?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I get very tired and I have to try very hard to stay competitive. They're like 9. It's okay.
Nice.
At one point I was in the high school room and Czar Walker asked me if I wanted to go with him. I just looked at him and I go, no, 0% chance that's going to happen. I'll drill with you, but I will not go live because A, I'll get hurt, or B, at worst, I'll be embarrassed. So, no. Not happening.
Smart man. You go after Bo. Bo's,
I gave Bo some looks. But again, he was one where I was like, no, I'm not going to go really live with you. Are you kidding me? The 6-pounder, maybe. I'll do that.
Brody Blevins?
80 pounds on him.
You go after Brody?
Oh, yeah. No, we had to talk about his love of roll through cradle or roll through tilts.
Nice. So, man, Kelly's going after you, Nick.
Dude, Kelly's just the most active he's been on this chat. He's been waiting for this.
It's fair.
Nick even did his hair, so Yeah,
definitely did my hair. Definitely not just looking scruffy. Definitely wasn't just playing video games and saw this was on.
Same.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, me too. Yeah. So, do we want to go over the grade rankings? Nick, do you want to help out grade rankings?
I mean, I'll give my opinion.
Hey, that's
it's
all
probably going to be wrong, so I'm sorry if I make anyone mad, but I'll give my opinions.
That's all we need is your opinion. Let's see if I get this.
All right, that's great. Well, I need to go see the little boys' room real quick.
Okay. Well, then.
And then I'll.
It's a Google Doc, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Grade rankings.
I'm on it, man.
Do you want to? Would you want to go 27 first?
Yeah, I think so. 27 is probably the easiest, right?
Yeah, we'll let him join in when he gets in. If you can see, oh man, I gotta move this over. Give me a second.
We're just doing the top 10.
I think we did top 15. Let's see. Oops. Let me fix this so that we can actually see what the previous ranking was. So we should have it there. So I think we had top 15. We'll keep it at. Well, we might go to 20. We can go to 20. We'll at least do top 10 on here. So number 1, that's pretty easy. Clinton Shepherd.
Runner-up. I still think he's won.
Yeah. He's the highest placer. There's only a 1 finalist, which is pretty impressive, and it was at 138, which is even better, even more impressive.
There is that Sasha? She's big.
Sasha, hi.
Sasha loved Rocco. So
Rocco loves Sasha. I get it, yeah.
Yeah.
So 2 was Jensen Boyd, state semifinalist.
Yeah, so I'd say Braylon Reynolds, 3rd place at a pretty deep weight class, moved up from 5 to 2.
Yeah, I think so.
And then we'll go right
Probably
down.
one of the biggest wins, right? Like he essentially that win put his team in the state championship.
Yes, that was probably one of the key wins, definitely. So, number 5, I would say Kincaid making the semifinals at 57 is also pretty impressive.
I think Kincaid 4.
You put him okay.
I think Kincaid over Jensen Boyd. I mean that's he's a semifinalist at was that 65?
157. Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah. I'm not going to disagree there. We'll put that in there. Then you got next we have a couple more placers. Lewis beat Lewis over Braden Volts, and then Brady Harper and Newell Tejon.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So, and then we have 6 guys that I would, some qualifiers. I would probably Tatum was pretty close.
Yeah, I think Tatum, especially being a qualifier for a freshman at 190, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah. After that, I'd probably look at these guys like Howard and Hornsby was 4. I think.
What did Matt Kelly say on here? The bracket's so low I can't see.
Oh, says when Mike releases the grade rankings for 36, Caden Kelly's number 1.
Hey, bro, I'm writing it down. Caden Kelly, number 1, class of 36.
Let me see.
What grade is that right now?
Yeah, I'll bring
second
that up.
grade. All right.
I can't do math, man. That's too hard.
So
when you start seeing like the grade, when you graduate like class of 2001, and you start seeing class of like 2036, it just makes your heart hurt a little bit more.
Yes. So Hornsby probably 11.
Yeah, I think Hornsby. I mean, I'm not saying that like the guys that qualify, that's not impressive. Like some of these guys just ran into some really incredibly tough draws. Hornsby was one of them. Angelo Vargo was in that mix. Howard, single loss, right?
Yeah, I'd put Howard at 12, probably.
Yep.
And then probably Vargo.
Yeah, I mean, breaking your elbow and pulling out of the tournament, like, you just don't know how it would have ended up.
Brewer, 1979 is when I was born.
I wasn't even born yet.
88, baby.
I don't even know my dad was in high school yet in 1979. I have to think about it.
Nice.
He was 18 in 1978.
Yeah. So then...
I don't know that because he tells me all the time.
So we have Schaefer, Holloway, Morrow, Kessinger, and Farrow. For the next two...
Schaefer, that was just a tough draw. I think that's a good spot there. I think he's probably the next one. I was really impressed with Caleb this year.
So we will... So then probably go with the guys that are a little bit heavier. Kiros. I mean, Kiros was... He placed ahead of Farrow.
I believe so.
Yeah. Who did he lose to at the...
He lost to Cameron Woods in the first round of semi-state, 24-20.
Jeez. Did win... He won freshman sophomore state too. So, how would you do these next? Do we go up to 20? I think we can get to 20.
Yeah, I think Farod, right? Farod, that's pretty. That's a tough weight. He had a tough way to get there.
Yeah.
15. So the next 5.
Yeah.
Holloway, Morrow are both state qualifiers, and Kissinger was a state qualifier, right?
Yeah, Kissinger at 20.
Sure, scroll down a little bit.
I'm trying to think if there's anybody else that I feel like. Was there any that we missed?
About
So
Ogle?
I think at this weight too, though, you got to also look at like the big kids. You have to remember that that's going to be mostly upperclassmen.
Yeah. We got like Eli Ogle would be someone. He just won.
Yeah. I think Eli Ogle winning freshman sophomore state at 106 and beating a couple guys that were there. I mean, obviously, Morrow was in that weight. I think you put him in the mix, right?
I don't know. Is Ogle a sophomore?
Yeah, maybe you're right.
Let's see.
Cash Mays was a freshman.
Yeah, Mays was a freshman. Okay. Yeah, I was looking for him.
That makes me feel old. I remember when he was at little kids club and was this tall.
Which one?
No, it's short because it's smaller than me.
So there's looking through some of these guys here that were ranked. Actually, one I would look at. Where'd he go? Fleur would be one that I probably should be up there.
Yeah, I think that's one. Yeah, I think I agree with that. I think he's really tough.
Yeah.
I think Tony Brooks is a guy we can look at. I mean, I don't know if he's like, I don't know where they're going to fit in the lineup, but he just won freshman sophomore state at heavyweight. I think he kind of ran through it too, right?
Yeah. I'd say probably after he has a pretty solid bracket at ISWA State. That might be
maybe we wait.
Yeah. Breedlove.
Well, the biggest thing to remember though is like, you're going to get people saying that these kids, these lower weights are there because they're replacers, but not everyone's like a Mason Paris who's getting third at 175 or whatever he was as a freshman.
Yeah.
I think those kids getting to semi-state or whatever to the ticket round at those weights as freshmen, I think that's a huge accomplishment as opposed to like a 106 qualifier, which is hard, but there's less upperclassmen at that point. You're not wrestling grown men.
Yeah.
I would put Fleur at like 14, honestly.
Yeah.
Or 15, sorry. 15. So we are at 16, 17. Anyone else that...
Deacon Dressler, do we have him on? Freshman sophomore champ at 150. Beat a state qualifier, Moses Stevenson.
He's there.
Lincoln Cooper. I think Lincoln Cooper, he was in the mix. That's 157. I mean, there's so many. I mean, honestly, it's such a tough.
These bottom like 5 are going to be the hardest ones to do because there's so many people who are good enough to be there, but you have to pick someone.
Yeah. I mean,
at that point, you're probably putting like those qualifiers in there now, right? Like,
yeah.
I mean, Morrow, there's not a lot of like Indianapolis Lutheran. That's a really good accomplishment. Holloway is a state qualifier. I mean, Swarthwood had a really good season. It's really tough. Like going at Al Smith, I think that's what we did the first time. He had such a good tournament.
Yeah, I think this looks pretty solid. We might change it after we get done, but pretty solid class right there. We'll move on to 26. Let's see. I need to freeze my one row. So
Come on, John.
we got Dickman 1. I don't think we're gonna no arguments there.
No.
The only other guy we got Thrine and Shutley with titles.
Oh, Kressel too, right?
And Kressel.
Was Kressel?
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say probably move Kressel to 2.
Yeah, I think move Kressel to 2.
So, do we put Rio over Thrine, or?
Yeah, I think so.
Then I'd say Thrine at 4.
Yeah.
Hyvert and Shutley.
Well, I think Shutley beat Mason Jones. That's a good win, man. I think Shutley winning state. His only loss on the season was a Campbell. I think that's a really good. I think Arnold Road. I think he moves up high. I think that's really impressive. That was a huge win over Paul Clark Friday night. Right into the state semifinals.
Brant Beck is probably in there. Jackson Bradley. Brant Beck's the next highest placer. And he's done he qualified at 165 and 3rd.
Yeah.
That's another pretty deep weight class. Bradley, Gunner Butt, Kyle Harden doing it at, missed most of the season. Vinny Freeman. Sessa.
Did we not have Hawkins on there?
Yeah, Hawkins is right here.
Okay. He was 6.
Yeah. Where do we move him down? I mean, that's a tough one to put.
Yeah, he was 5th.
He was. Yeah.
How many other 5th places did we have there? Sessa was 7th, right?
Gels. You still have Butt and Bradley who are in the semifinals. Who are both 4th.
Those guys are in the semifinals. That's huge.
Yeah.
And then Jackson Bradley. But he had 2 losses. He lost. That 32 was nasty. That was just a nasty weight. He lost to DeMarco, then he lost to Thrine.
Yeah. So then Butt at 10. Probably go with Landon at 11.
Yeah, he was a 5th. Is there any other 5th placers in there?
Gels and Reynolds. Or no,
yeah,
Reynolds
Parker
was
Reynolds,
6th,
I think 12.
No, yeah, Mason Gels was 5th.
I'd probably go Reynolds. Like 44 was just a nasty weight class.
Yeah. Reynolds at 12. Dropped a little bit, but still pretty good spot. I'd say probably Harden and Freeman.
I mean, Harden coming back off an injury, I think that's really impressive.
Yeah. Then you're looking at...
Yeah, I think Freeman needs to be on that list, even if it's near the bottom. I mean, Panola as a draw is knowing his brother. That's just not a fun draw for anyone.
No.
Like,
Hayden Smith, bro. What about Showstopper? Hayden Smith.
Showstopper who?
Hayden Smith, heavyweight. Heritage Hills. He got a medal down there.
Did he? Oh, yeah.
7th.
Yeah, we'll definitely, let's see where we're at. 15? Let's see. So, yeah, we got him at 15. Medellin as a sophomore at, 235? He weighs about 235. And
5 losses on the year, that's impressive. At that weight.
Oh, yeah.
Guys with state medals. You're looking at
Sessa.
Fielden and Sessa.
Gals.
Is that related to like the Lake Central Sessas?
Yeah, his dad Vince, staff at.
Oh, that's Vince. Okay.
Yep.
Michael White had a real good. He had a win over the champ.
Yeah.
I would probably put White right there. He had a win over champ. Fielden at 18. How many? We did 20 last time.
Yeah, we can still do 20, I think.
You also have my guy Jet Goldsberry.
Goldsberry, tough draw, man. Goldsberry got to be in the mix.
I hate to, I just put him at 20 for right now, just to mark him.
Richard Rogers, awesome state finals too.
Yeah, definitely need to put him up there. Where'd he go?
16 to 20 is always just going to be like.
Well, some of these guys got medals down here by Goldsberry, right? Richard Rogers got a medal. Jet McGuire got a medal.
Yeah, Jet McGuire was 7th, so McGuire beat.
Jet's got some medal.
Yeah, McGuire beat Rogers, so that's probably. Rex Moore. You got White
Felt,
and Wetzel's in there too. We could probably do about
Yeah, Wetzel got
25
a
here.
medal. Yeah.
Let's see. I mean, I'd even throw in Landon Haynes is probably getting docked because he was injured all this year.
Yeah.
Ty Henderson.
I mean, I think it's easy to like step back and forget that how good he is.
Yeah. So let's see where we're at right here. Van Tichel, Horn, Jessup, Moore, Getz, 3 more. Gels with a 5th place finish. That's probably a good spot for him. Van Tichel. So we got qualifiers.
I'll always go for the heavier guys just because I think it's a harder route for them. That's my personal opinion. It doesn't mean much.
Ty Henderson's a junior though, right? He's not.
Yeah, Henderson's a junior, so.
That's a pretty good. I mean, Coolman. I think I think Heavy Hand said that. I mean, qualifier. I mean, Xavier Smith. I think had a really good season. Came back, had a really good freshman sophomore.
Yeah, Don Brown sitting there.
Don Brown, freshman sophomore champ. Unfortunate draw. Yeah, probably Dom. Drew and Schaefer, which is not a great draw. Pretty tough.
Yeah. So how do these look? Put in Ratliff. He was a placer.
Dude, we got to move Asher up, man. We ain't trying to get that. We ain't trying to get that smoke, that triple B smoke.
I know. So yeah, he got put him at 24. Don Brown at 25. So, let's see. The only one Baylor dropped out.
What the Horsemen did to Dusty Rhodes.
Horn dropped out too, right?
Yeah. Tommy Gibbs. Oh, geez, we got Tommy Gibbs sitting there too.
Yeah, Tommy's probably got to be higher. That was an unfortunate draw for him also.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see where we can put him. Anyone else we missed? So where do we put Gibbs at? And who do we drop out? Man.
Tommy's got to go higher, man. Tommy's got to be, I mean, I think right up there, Michael White level. He only had, how many Indiana losses did he have other than Cretia?
Cretia and May.
Yeah. I mean, dude, he might be ahead of Sessa. Probably. I mean, Hayden Smith got a medal. I mean, how high do you put a guy without a medal that was just in a tough spot last year? He's a backup.
Yeah. I mean, shoot, I don't want to do that. Yeah, I can. I mean, 16's probably. I mean, he drops a little bit, but 17, 18, 19. Do we just do 20? Do we go to 30?
I mean, you could, because I think there's a couple medals standing there, a couple multiple time qualifiers.
Jessup and Getz.
I mean, this is where you start getting, but this is where you're starting to, you're getting a lot more depth.
Yeah.
You have to get hairs to a point where it's just like I don't know if it makes sense to do it more. But that's a me thing.
Yeah. I mean, Nick's trying to be exclusive here, so let's keep it low.
Yeah. Let's make it count for something. These kids stink.
Hey.
That's not true. You guys are fine.
Tyler Smith coming at Norwell's coach, man.
Yeah. So let's see.
So
how's that look?
I invited Hunter Douglas up to train with Howe and Morrison when we were at Tiki Bobby Joe's.
So.
It's like I have zero pull there. I mean, Bobby Joe was with me, but like I was like, you guys should come up to the region. You guys hang on this for a second.
Okay. So got Don Brown, 27, 28, Van Tichel, Blake Getz, and then Lane Horn, who's been to state twice. That looks good. I'll do this one. This one's easy. Number 1 at right there.
Well, yeah, it's got Hackaday's number 1.
Yes. Man, now we got Henry, Doster, Gendris. And then you got Noah Weaver. Oof. Man, Weaver's got to jump up. We'll see what Mike says.
How many medals does Henry have? It's 4, right?
3. He's got
Or
3. Second, third,
Junior.
third. Let's see what Mike says about this one. I'm going to go through there.
Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and act like I know everything. I have not paid attention as I should have.
Yeah, no. Yeah, so we got right now, and I kind of have a little, you guys probably can't see it, but I have like a little bit of a point system based on placement. So, Hockaday is easy one.
Yeah, Joe, what's your RPI? What's your RPI, your ELO?
Your ELO. We'll get that. Yeah, so we already talked about the General Cook. You missed this. So
Whose fault is that?
yeah, rewind. Okay, here comes Mike. So
Bro, did you see my dude? Did you see Cook's mascot bracket where he had the Calumet Warrior getting DQ'd? He had so many DQs in it. I've never seen so many DQs in my life.
where's this bracket at?
I thought he posted an Indiana-Mat in the Wheeler Hobart.
Oh no,
Wheeler Hobart
I guess I need to pay attention to that one.
RTC, man. I said, dude, that's like Miami. That's like Tubbs and Crockett getting back together.
So what do you think, Weaver or Doster?
Oh, man. Well,
I know
got
you're biased
I got
because
two
you got some
baseball
baseball
cards
cards
today from Dave Doster signed. I got 3 baseball cards today signed.
Yes,
Dude, I'm going Easton Doster, man. You get signed cards from a legend, game changer.
the mayor of New Haven. Okay, so after that I have Henry, and Gendris, and Schaefer. Anyone else you think over those guys?
Man, that's a tough spot. I mean, Gunner's had such a good career. That's such a tough spot for him. He's carrying some really tough weights, and he's had some great wins.
Yeah, I mean he's beaten VZ twice, which is once. So I mean that's
My opinion is always going to come back to that dude's wrestled 182 and 190.
yeah.
That needs to stand for something, because to do that for 3 years, again, it's not quite Mason Paris numbers, but it's up there.
Yeah.
Pretty amazing. The semis every year.
Yeah. I mean at 180, as you said, at upper weight classes, and second, third. I mean, a lot of people would take that career, and he still has one more year. So, Gendris, Schaefer, man, you got Goss with 3 medals. Anyone else? Yeah, Goss and Bollinger. Sorry.
Bollinger's been in the semis twice. I gotta get off this one. Let's see. We're class of 25 here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Bollinger's been in the semis back-to-back years. That's pretty good. I mean,
Lost to
Costello was
Dickman twice.
he was in the semis.
Yeah.
Has Goss he's been in the semis
Once.
Once?
Last year. Yeah.
3 medals, been in the semis. I mean, Brewer was in the semis at 215. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
You know me, man. I had Brewer so underrated. Dad just got in our Hall of Fame. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah. And he's been wrestling upper weights too. That's a man.
I think Reinhardt's a tough one. Like, obviously we had Reinhardt really, really high. Getting injured at the state finals in that 3rd and 4th place match. I mean, he was winning that match with Duke for 5 minutes and 58 seconds.
Yeah.
He also has a win over the champ. I think that one's tough. I mean, that was Cressel's only loss on the season.
Yeah. Yeah. A couple of guys with under the lights. You got Pelot, who.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to go Pelot number 8.
Palat and Reinhardt was a really good match last year.
Yeah. I'm going to go him 8. Man, yeah,
Man,
Reinhardt's such a weird... Where you put him...
Man, dude, they showed me, like, we were kind of talking about Palat was 5th at, like, middle school state 165, and he was just kind of like a shorter, rounder kid, and just like, man, great coaching, dude. Dave's that kid works incredibly hard, so that's a huge testament to him. But man, Dave gets the most out of those guys. It's crazy.
Yeah, man, this is a cluster of. I mean, Goss with 3 medals, going for 4.
Yeah, I think you go Goss there. I mean, Goss ran into DeMarco. You know, DeMarco's pretty good, and he had Hockaday a couple times, which is, dude, that's your same regional / semi-state.
Yeah, man, this is like, you could just draw these out of a hat and not be wrong. That's how I'm looking at these guys.
Yeah, I think Brewer needs to probably be in the mix there. A guy that's upper weight, semi-finalist. Dude, they posted that picture of his knee. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. I would probably, Costello, I think Costello 11, 3 times there, all at 52 and above. Then I'd go Brewer. I think that's a good spot.
Yeah.
Henderson, I think Henderson moves up quite a bit. He had a heck of a year.
Under the lights, right?
Yeah. Ash, a 2-time semifinalist. Terry. I'm just trying to get rid of all these guys that have been in the semifinals.
Yeah. Who else has been in the semi? Farnell was in the semi. Was Farnell in semis?
Farnell what? Yeah.
Farnell was semifinalist too?
Yeah. But
I mean, we don't have Weems on there, but Weems is a guy that, injured that this year.
Yeah, I have him at, he was 14 there. He was a 5th placer. Let's see. Anyone else with state medals? Braden Daniels, 7th. Wyatt Davis there. I would probably... Yeah, Michael Major, also another one that's pretty good. Was 5th. I would say probably Kendricks. I don't know. Man, this is a tough one. Oops. So we're at 15 already. We'll do the rest offline.
Yeah.
Because that's pretty... we're starting to split hairs, and Nick's getting anxious. He wants to do the seniors.
Well, again, that's the thing, man. 16 to 20, it sucks because I think that's a spot that a lot of kids could fill.
Yeah.
It sucks to put them out. It's not like you can't look at it like you do with like Hockaday and that. Well, he's clearly number 1. That's easy.
I mean, we talked about that a lot with the
16 to
rankings.
20, where it's like, well, this kid had one bad match here, and he didn't have as tough as a draw as this other kid. You're splitting so many hairs at that point. You can't be fair to everybody as much as you want to be.
Yeah. So we're going to have how many people next year go for 4 medals? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys going for 4 medals. It's pretty good.
Pretty good.
So, okay, we'll move up to 2024. Let's sort by our pseudo points. Okay. So, this will be interesting. Because we got Krejcia, Clark, and Lavelle. Did Krejcia do enough to surpass Clark is the question. Or did Lavelle do enough to surpass either of those?
Yeah,
guys?
I think it's different than Mr. Gorilla, right? Like Mr. Gorilla, like Krejcia had I go Will 1, and I think Kyrell 2, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Like Kyrell avenged his only loss. Will had no Indiana losses. And honestly, like when the team needed him the most, he put him on his back and got some big falls.
Yeah. You really can't go wrong with these guys.
No.
I mean, that you can. I mean, man, I don't want to put Frazier 3, but I don't want to put Clark or Lavelle 3 either. That's why I'm like, yeah. Man. What do we, man, I would say probably just keep it this, I mean.
Is that what we had before?
Yeah. What'd you say?
Oh, no. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't think you can go wrong.
Yeah. After that, I'm going to probably say May moves up. Hunter May moves up. 4-time medalist. I think that's pretty impressive.
And he went out there and battled too. I thought that was like, he went for it, man. Like for a guy that's, you know, one of the Mr. Gorilla, he went out there and went for broke. I think that was, he cleaned the bloodhead account for something, dude. That's something I had never seen. That was awesome.
Yeah. Yes. Charlie LaRocca, 2-time champ. I mean, that's pretty good, you know, pretty good.
Hold on. Joe Butler said Wyatt had 0 losses, period. In-state, out-of-state. No, he had in-state losses. He lost twice.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I just looked at it. There's 2 losses there. So.
Yeah.
He's correct.
Yeah, I think you put Charlie. Like, I think Jason's right, honestly. Like, I think Charlie's ahead of May.
Okay.
Charlie won 2, and I think we tend to forget, like, that was a stacked weight class. And I'd be willing to bet a lot of people, and not Center Grove guys. Center Grove comes on here and they're like, we knew. Or Parrish wants to tell me, thank you, Parrish, for the hoodie. I'm excited to get that. Like, we had the game plan to beat Gendress. Like, there's not a lot of people. I think he is pretty high on a lot of confidence picks.
Yeah.
But Charlie went out there and did it back-to-back years, man. You have a great interview.
Yep. So then you got Betts, Ison, and then a couple other guys that are champs, like Luke Rio, Leach, Johnson. Probably Betts with the title, 3 medals.
Yeah, I think so.
But do we go Ison number 7, 3 top 3 finishes? Or do we move him?
Yeah, I think so. I think, I mean, he ran into the number 1 ranked freshman now, right?
Yeah. And yeah, so then Luke Rio with 2 medals and a title. Leach and Johnson both with titles. They're probably right in there. Duke Myers, Reese Courtney has 2 medals and 3 trips. 3 medals for DeMarco. Czar Walker. We'll go about 10-ish here online. What are you guys thinking?
I think this one especially, like, there's like some really like crazy like things that happen, right? So Ison loses to Elijah Anthony. This is only non-medal year.
Yeah.
DeMarco loses to David Maldonado, and that's his only non-medal year. And that was at the semi-state.
Yeah.
I definitely feel like those are guys that, I mean, those are just bad draws, and that's kind of the terrible thing. I think Brabender losing the Pellat and then turning around and getting Betts in the quarters. That was a really close match. I mean, just unfortunate. Just an unfortunate timing thing that just happens. I mean, more time on there, who knows how that goes.
And you have someone like Paul Clark who takes his first Indiana loss. His only a second or third Indiana loss in 2 years in the first round too. So, and he's had some.
Yeah, I think it'd be hard. I mean, how many of these guys are champs here? So Leach is a champ.
Leach, Rio, and Johnson.
Yeah, I think Rio goes there. I mean, Rio had a great career. I mean, that's another one that, like, just an unfortunate semi-state. Dude, how about contenders with them game plans, boy?
Yeah.
Like, reversing losses.
All the Rios in general, I don't think there's been a battle.
No. It looks like the little...
They've all been under the lights at some point.
It's the one that's in middle school now. I seen he just won another, like, middle school title.
Nice.
Sam Rio. So
there's like 1,000 of them. I have no idea.
Yeah, I think.
It might as well be Bakers from Belmont.
Yeah.
So that's 8. So we're just gonna go 10 here.
Yeah, we'll go 10 online because we can probably we
got
can
a
spend 3 hours on
handful
this one.
Right? You got, Duke's going to Michigan State. Courtney's going to Campbell. I don't know if DeMarco's signed anywhere. Czar's going to Michigan. Preston Haynes, another guy. Really, really tough draw. Drew Henderson.
Yeah.
Crazy match.
Man. Yeah.
Russell's going to West Point. You have a handful of guys that are like D1 guys in here.
Yeah.
I mean, Luke Panola just, he just ran into Gunner in the quarters. That's tough. I mean, you get Weaver at the semi-state and Gunner in the quarters. Mason Jones under the light at 106. I think Mason had a nice career. I think Paul Clark, 3-time medalist at heavyweight. I mean, he's Nate Johnson's only loss. I think Paul's in that mix. I think one bad night doesn't define your career. I mean, I'm sure it feels that way. Someone said Tanner Tishner. Tanner Tishner, solid career. Like I'm sure, like the further you get away from the state finals, the more it's easier to reflect on it. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, Tony Wood, really, really good career.
Yeah.
This is a good weight. This is a good group.
Yeah, there's a lot of really good. I mean, Neil Mosier, 2 state medals. He's sitting here,
Dude, shout out to my picks. Shout out to Tyler Vanover, man. That's my guy. They hooked it up, got us a hospitality room. That getting big points for that.
Yeah. Man. Whew. You got some. I mean, you even got Captor, who comes in here with a third. Takes advantage of everything he got. He got one. He got a chance and he runs it to the semis. Noah Klauser, 5th. Only loss was to the champ. I mean, jeez. I mean, there's a lot of guys here. We could definitely do. I don't know. What did you do last time? Like 75, I think. So I'll definitely go 75? Further. Yeah. So it might just be more based on their point system than getting too much into the weeds.
Yeah.
Oh man. I mean,
if we're gonna go subjectively, it's gonna be back and forth for hours. It'll be a 4-hour podcast.
Yeah. I say you almost gotta, man. Do you get the guys with the titles, or do you go with the guys that have 3 medals? That's
I'd be willing. This is kind of sometimes when I get those messages, those private messages, what I would do or how they're gonna beat this person. Do you think those guys with 3 medals would trade it for one of them titles?
Probably.
Nick? Would you trade your medals for a title?
I mean, in a heartbeat, but I would also say that there are people who have won it that I watched win it, and I was like, that kid's not good.
Yeah.
Like I can see the point where it's like I was in the wrong way.
So you were was that you on Instagram saying that about Mr. Gorilla? You were coming at Kyson with that heat.
Yeah, eat one.
So I'll put the titles first. We'll work on those offline the rest of the week. See if there's
That's probably actually the right answer. In all honesty.
Yeah.
I know me personally, like I've seen it. I never want to belittle someone's championship because they did it and I never did. But There's definitely times where I've watched it where I've been like, I was better than that kid. I should have won it. I could have won it.
Yeah.
At that weight
class. Shout him out, bro. Who are you talking about? Pat,
in
here, bro. You talking about your boy Pat?
Oh.
No, it ain't Pat. I talked to Pat today. We were talking about Final Fantasy. It was great.
Okay.
There's
pound for pound.
Me and Joe definitely had that same conversation about qualifiers. There's been times that me and Joe have had that.
So, pound for pound, this probably won't change very much. Hockaday, Dickman, Clark, Krazia. Now, any disputes on those ones?
The top 4, no, I don't think so. I think Kyrell moves up though.
Yeah, Kyrell probably 5.
Is Kyrell you think the most underrated, like 4-time semifinalist, 2-time champ?
Never worse than third.
Man, because I feel like there's a lot of like, I mean, obviously there was some like stuff going into the state finals that people weren't thrilled about, but man, like I've always felt like he was ultra talented, like a guy that just fun to watch wrestle. But man, do you feel like anytime there's a post on the board, it gets hijacked and goes 100 different ways, right?
Yeah.
Like he's like the guy that gets that like, but like what about and whoever, I don't know, like, you know, like Kyra's great, but what about like, you know, Kreja or whoever? And I'm just using it because the name's in front of me.
Yeah.
Like, do you feel like I feel like more than anyone?
Yeah, and maybe it's those losses in the semis that kind of, like last year losing the semis. But I don't know. It's and he's been pretty. I'd have to look at his record, but I would guess he has less than 10 losses.
Yeah, I think so. I think he's up there. Tyler Smith says Waylon Kressel, dude. I think Waylon Kressel's up there. I think we're just starting to like now get in that mix of how good he's going to be.
Yeah, I'm gonna put guys who I think actually just make titles. Guys who won titles this year. Put them at. That way we have we have them towards the top. So I would probably say Kressel probably 6. I think Kressel's going to be the one. He's had some national success, placed at Fargo.
The tournament's not even hard, man. Fargo? Where is that?
Yeah. I mean, you also have Nate Rio sitting there, who's had some national success.
Dude, I think, and I mean, Dickman's mom's watched the show a couple times, and I know the Reds have watched it too. Like, bro, those need to like get in a pact. I know I've seen Parrish was in here. Like, those guys need to get a pact and not be in the same weight next year, right?
Dude,
However it goes, those guys need to separate.
Yeah, if they were separate weights, we'd probably be. I mean, we'd be arguing about Rio being a top 2 or 3 guy. You know, we'd be arguing him over Rick Dickman. I mean,
yep.
Well, if they haven't wrestled each other,
if they were like one off, right? Like if Dickman, I'm not saying like whoever was 13 last year, Dickman was going to beat him, and if whoever's 20 this year, I'm not saying that. But like, let's just say hypothetically that was the system. Like Rio was 6 last year, Dickman was 13. We might be having 3 guys looking for 4 next year, or going for 3rd and a 4th.
Yeah. That'd be crazy.
It speaks to that training system, man. Those guys are doing a great job.
Yeah. So
what's Dickman at?
He's number 2. Can't put him much higher there.
Joe Butler.
Butler.
You want him over Jake? You're savage.
I think he's just looking at the order, not the actual ranking.
Yeah.
Joe Butler, get it together, man.
Yeah. This is based on my fictional point system. So, so we got Kressel at 6. I wonder, I'm saying Rio at 7.
Yeah, I think so.
Weaver or Doster? I know we have Doster.
Yeah. Who did we go last time? Did we go Doster or Weaver?
Yeah, we went Doster based on baseball
cards. I got
cards.
baseball cards from his dad. We'll flip it this time. Pound for pound.
Doster. And then we got like LaRocca, Betts.
I think you start looking. I mean, like honestly, there's champs, but I think you start looking at some other guys. Dude, I think Clinton Shepard, Fargo All-American, runner-up as a freshman. We haven't had how many runners-up have we had over 130 in the last 20 years?
No, you're definitely not wrong. Placing at Fargo is huge. Gendris and Thrine sitting in there too.
And I think there was some of that too. Like Thrine's getting overlooked, and the idea that he lost to Hockaday, who's number 1, right?
Yeah.
And then, Thrine's got a single loss in his career, and it's Hockaday.
Yeah. So, yeah, we'll put...
That just goes to prove how difficult these rankings are.
Yeah. So, yeah, definitely... Yeah, so we got Shepard at 10. We got Thrine. I definitely think Thrine, definitely 11. One loss. I mean... Oof. This is getting... We'll go to 20 here. Where do you think we should go next? You got some guys with some titles. You got some guys with 4 medals.
Man, having 4 medals is tough, right? Yeah. Who's our 4 medalists in there? May?
May. 2 times under the lights.
He hit another time in the semis. One time, like a 5th.
He was 8th.
8th.
I think he was hurt that year because he didn't look right, if I recall correctly.
Going to 20, I think that very much deserves to be on the list.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
I think. Yeah,
I don't know what rank would be, but I think he deserves to be on the list for sure. If we're going to 20.
Yeah.
Who else has got 4 medals?
No one else, because there was only 2 this year.
Yeah, so then, I think May has to be up there. That's really impressive. So 12, and then now we're talking about champs and guys looking for. I mean, LaRocca's a 2-time champ. Yeah, you got
LaRocca, that's an easy one. I'd actually put LaRocca over May. I think we did that on the other one.
Yeah.
Luke Rio, he's had some national success. Betts has done fairly well nationally.
Is there anybody else in here that's an All-American? Fargo All-American?
No, it does not. I do not believe so. The only other one, probably with a little bit more national success, would be like Jensen Boyd, Reinhardt, sitting in there. He likes to make things difficult on us.
Yeah,
because we know. I mean,
that one's tough.
Yeah.
That is tough because we know that he had the year where he missed weight and that took him out, right? Yeah. I think that's really, really hard because I think that he was in the mix for a medal that year. Congratulations to Brady Bird. I seen he committed to Indiana Tech.
Yep, I'll be coming up to the Wayne.
I saw they had a national champion today.
Yes.
You missed that part of the show?
Yeah, no one invited me. It was a real pain in the butt.
Yeah, we got too excited. Man. 14, I'm going to probably go Betts then Rio. 14, 15.
Yeah.
Henry's he placed at Super 32.
He's been in the national rankings.
Yeah. So 16 there.
I think he has to be on the list. Just from those.
Schaefer has had some good national success.
Yeah. Did Ison place at Super 32 this year?
No, Ison placed at the at Ironman.
Yeah. Pretty good.
Yeah. We probably should. I mean,
it's an okay tournament.
The national success will go there. Yes. Gendrous, Courtney sitting there. Let's sort these. Oops, wrong way. So our next highest would be, like in our fictional point system, would be Gendrous, Myers, Courtney.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good order. I mean, Gendrous ran out of LaRocca in the semis.
Yeah.
Dude, he was on fire. He was killing all year.
Yeah.
We still got Hybrid in there. Hybrid. We had probably the higher this next coming year. Hawkins down there. Parker Reynolds. I mean, there's a lot of talent right now. That's really impressive.
Yeah. You want to do 25 here? We can do 25. Add 5. Who'd be like some next 3 that we can look at? I mean, we got some guys with some titles.
I mean, I still think Paul Clark is pretty good. I mean,
Yeah.
Paul, like, I think that obviously it's the last thing that we have, but dude, like he was really good for the last couple of years.
Yeah. I guess the only other one with some national, I keep forgetting about Hartle Road, was a Fargo champ.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we'll not quite there yet, but I would probably go Clark.
And Peyton Shutley's a champ. He's down here.
Yeah.
I mean, Leach is a champ. Johnson's a champ.
Do we go with our champs or do we go?
I mean, how many more guys have like national success here? Or I mean, any kind of national success. It doesn't have to just be like Fargo, like Super 32. How many of these guys? Or I mean, even IPO champs.
You got like Cashman was in the finals. I think Goss was a placer. Haynes a placer. Bollinger, was he a champ or runner up? Or no, that was Boyd. Boyd was runner up. Jones a placer. Woods a placer. So Brady back.
I do think Reinhardt is pretty good. He was a placer last year at Ironman. Was around the place this year at Ironman.
Yeah. He is, yeah. So do you like the 24, 23, 22, 23, 24? Those are any, could we put them in a better order or?
Throw a dart at him. Whoever gets it, gets it.
Yeah. You can have them wrestle off. So,
I looked at that Paul Clark's kid. I looked up his credentials. He had placed twice at Ironman. Like, that kid's...
Yeah.
I think that'll trump some things. So we got one more spot. Do we throw in a champ? Leach, Johnson, and then we also have Shutley. You have some like
I mean, Shutley had the single. I mean, I don't know, dude. It's a toss up, bro. It literally could be any. I mean, Shutley single loss to Campbell. What did Leach have? One loss.
He had two. He lost to White and Costello.
And then Johnson's single loss to Paul Clark.
Yeah. I say we probably put Johnson in there mainly because Paul was in there too.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. It's not an exact science, but it looks pretty good.
No, these are how it should be, and if anyone disagrees, they're wrong.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of how we do the rankings.
Yes. Tyler Lucas Bowe is in Lake Highland Prep in Florida.
So even the county's losing some guys out of state now,
Yes.
you know?
So, oops. Oh, I got put Dustin, uh-oh.
I don't know who this guy is.
Apply. There we go. There you go. Hopefully you don't echo.
Hold that.
So I gotta change your name.
This Barry Horowitz looking dude over here.
So yes, that was a pretty good time. It is 11 o'clock, right on the dot. Mike, you said 2 hours.
Yeah, that's what I said, man. 2-hour show. And we didn't even barely talk any like actual like matches this week, so pretty impressive.
Yes.
We did take a little 5-minute thing to get my guy on here. I'm happy that he was here.
Yep.
Were
Oops.
there matches this week? What did I miss? What happened?
The Penn Rumble, it sounds like. Shout out to my nephew Reese, runner up in the Highland tournament.
Oh yeah.
Eat it up.
Yeah.
Man, I need to start hitting. I think I'm gonna have to go check out some of these ISWA events with my nephew, which I think would be pretty cool.
Yeah, we're gonna. Yeah.
Get the band back together. You're gonna come coach some youth wrestling too, Nick.
Yeah, man, show up if there's everyone at Penn, man. Just show up.
Yeah,
I'll show up. Walk around.
ISWA State this weekend. The registrations. I know I was talking to Mike a little bit about it. Has some pretty good deep weight classes already. So, kind of interesting to see how those things shake out.
looking forward. Hopefully, have a solid freestyle season for these guys. Hopefully, get some more people out there doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always like the ISWA folk style is always a good one because you're gonna be like some of these guys that are incoming freshmen wrestling some guys that already have medals. So definitely some spots where I think we said Cesar Salas is a guy. I know a lot of people are looking to where he's gonna go. It's already you say he's listed as a junior.
He was registered at junior, but not anymore. So that you have to be a freshman in high school to wrestle junior. He was wrestled at the cadet/16U. I will still call it cadet. Sorry.
You're not call it that. I call it cadet.
It's 16. It's technically 16U.
That's like a non-PC thing. Like, why can't we say cadet?
They thought it would be easier for people to understand, but it's technically not 16U.
It's midget to intermediate, but yeah, this is a little weird.
Well, they don't call it midget anymore. It was intermediate.
No, that's what I said. I get why they switched it to intermediate.
Yeah. Okay.
Bro, did I tell you these dudes from Bishop's Chart hurt my feelings and they told me I look short on the camera?
Do I look tall? I hope I look tall.
Bro, I think you look tall on this, man. They said they thought I was short. I said, bro, you're only seeing from my chest up. Like, how short could I look? They were surprised when I was like, they thought I was like 6 foot tall.
They thought I was like 6'7".
Yeah, they thought Joe was good. Yeah, well, they seen this dude walking around looking like the stickers Joe hands out.
Yeah, I'm 5'2", so if you see me, that means you're crawling on the ground.
So, yeah. So ISWA State, great event. I will not be going down there. We got a big birthday party coming up on Sunday. So,
your birthday's coming up?
No, Rocco's. So
tell him I hope the Cubs lose.
Hey, you really want to? He'll fight you over the Cubs.
Listen, he'll show up. I got my cats.
He'll fight you and Jim.
We talked about it. I know we talked about it a little bit last week. We were talking about Samborski coming over, and then that same night we got tagged in the post about him. He posted that he's coming back to Crown Point, so it was just kind of weird timing. Yeah.
So 215-pounder, 2-time Tennessee champ. So
I think they're targeting him to be a 215. He's 190 this year. They said he's a really good football player.
Yeah, no, he's so he was 190. Okay.
Yeah, he was in the finals at Carnahan the same way
right.
he's got.
Because it was Paul and Brewer in the finals at 215. That's going to be interesting to see how that all works out there. I mean, he's obviously families from Crown Point, and it sounds like they still had their house and everything. So
now they're building a house. I think they're moving back.
Yeah,
so. I heard they're building a new house, which is better for them, man. That's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, no, that's gonna be, and he's a real good football player too. I think he's more probably. It probably helps that the football team was a state runner-up, and it sounds like they're returning quite a few guys. You probably know more.
Yeah, it sounds like they're getting to replace Will with a new Will.
Yeah,
football-wise.
Yeah, another big athletic linebacker. So, yeah,
so what I heard is that he runs like a 4.5.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, well, not me.
I run that in about a 10-yard dash.
What's the fastest you think you ever ran?
Man, I don't know.
I ran a 5K in, I think it was like 18:05. That's my best.
Pretty solid.
Yeah, I was a semi-state qualifier cross country.
Congratulations.
That's pretty impressive. Those short legs, you took like twice as many steps as most people.
Oh yeah, no, I ran terrible. I had Fabian as my coach, and he just told me to sprint the whole time, and that would be fine. And my legs would get so numb, I couldn't feel it anymore. So then I could just sprint.
Sounds like you almost made it to the show over there, man.
Almost.
That new pair of tracks, no joke though.
It was an easy year in the northern area for cross country that year.
No, it was not. Dude, that new pair of tracks, no joke, man, for semi-state.
Yeah.
There you guys ran your semi-state out was New Prairie?
No, we never did.
No.
But I was. Oh no, yeah, that's where our semi-state was.
Yeah, same. I was gonna say that's where ours was.
Yeah, because we'd always listen to like Carmel because they were amazing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I played. Well, I didn't play football. I practiced football a lot. I was a real good practice.
My senior year, I got asked to play football, and I was like, "Coach, what am I going to do?" He's like, "You'd be a good quarterback." I was like, "I'm 5'2". No, I won't.
I played football and we were really, really bad. Then I stopped playing and then they got really solid. So I think I was the problem.
You were the problem.
The last time I played football was 8th grade. The only reason I got on the field was Snyder was the 8th grade football coach, and I got when we were losing by like 60. And then a guy ran at me, and he was very big, so I acted like I was trying to tackle him, and I just let him run past me. I never played football again after that.
So what did Jim say to you after that?
Well, when I was 5 and I told my dad I wanted to be a Pittsburgh Steelers, he told me I better get really good at kicking. So.
Did you try? Dude, kicking's so hard.
No, I didn't try. At that point, I was like, well, it's not happening. My dad's always been real honest with me. When I told him I was ready to stop playing baseball when I was younger, he was like, that's probably the right choice. It's not going to be your thing. Well, thanks, Dad. Very helpful.
Jim never minces his words, does he?
No, not with me.
Not with you.
Right out of your hands, bro. It's sad.
Never been mean. Never been like the weird wrestling dad you always hear about. It's always very of everything. But at the end, he'd always be like, yeah, you're not that good. Thanks, bud.
So you get the pick-me-uppers from Ann.
She's my biggest fan, but she cries every match.
That's because her baby's going out for a street fight and she can't help her.
Bro, we need to get Ann and Jim on these things. We'll show everyone.
Dude, I've been saying that for years, bro.
We just need to get random parents.
Ann has said if you guys are at the Al Smith, she will feed you.
Bro, I think this year I'm going to stay, man. Usually I drive back and forth, but dude, if I'm going to get fed, I'll do it.
Dude, you can listen. We have guest rooms. They have guest rooms. I will be sleeping in my apartment. So you guys, you can sleep where I slept, or my brother slept, or where my sister slept. You can choose. It's up to you.
Wow, man, pretty impressive.
Can we just play roulette?
Yeah. Yes. So.
Aren't you guys lucky? Everyone's quit now. They're like, all right, the wrestling talk's over. This dude's just going off.
Dude, if we started talking food, this thing would fire right back up.
Yes.
Hey man, when we went to the Mount Carmel duel that one year, and Joe had to drive all the way back to Fort Wayne and hooked him up with some food on the way out.
Oh yeah.
Bro,
You got some food to go.
Bro, when I went, when you and I drove from Belmont and hooked up with some food.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we did that too. You see, my family's helpful. They're nice. They're like, thank you for hanging out with our son. He's alive.
She was like, he looks hungry. Let's get him some food.
See that's the perks of being friends with you.
That's probably the only thing that's great. But you get
Probably the biggest perk.
these funny jokes too, though.
There's more than just one, and we get gym stories.
Oh yeah, there's lots of them.
And we get to hear, about his wiffle ball when he used to be in wiffle ball. We're actually having a wiffle ball party.
I'm gonna put the link in at the forum. If anyone doesn't believe me, I'll put the link out there. I sent it to Joe.
Yep. Yeah, I thought it was a joke, and I was like, no. Yeah, but
So did I.
actually,
I'm not gonna lie, so did I.
well, would Jim come to Rocco's birthday party? Because we're playing wiffle ball at his birthday party.
Last time he played wiffle ball, the next day I had to call an ambulance because he couldn't stand up because he hurt his back.
Bro,
So probably not.
I thought that was gonna be me, man. Thought that was gonna be me.
So I guess he won't play. Man, will he sign autographs at least?
He'll sign autographs all day. But yeah, no, I think he's past his prime. I got to play in their comeback thing. I have one home run in the tournament.
Does he have
That's
any
all I got.
baseball cards like Dave Doster?
Bro,
I got tell Rocco I have a Frank Thomas rookie card he can have.
No name
His
on
hurt, baby.
the name?
no name on front.
Huh?
What's up?
The air card with like no name on the front.
Yeah, that's the one that's like worth all the money.
No, it's not the error card. It's probably not worth anything. It's worth like $4. He can have it. It's Frank Thomas's rookie card.
I think we have one sitting right here.
I found it in my tin of when we were discussing me coming on this show, and I was like, I think I still have all my medals.
Nice.
I was looking through it, and in that box there was a Frank Thomas rookie card.
Nice. I like Frank Thomas. I'll root for him. He's a great guy. Great player.
He's the big hurt, man. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Better than like Ryan Sandberg.
Oh.
You're Mark Grace guy. Mark Grace is no Frank Thomas.
That's Mark Grace's bonus dad. My wife was very enamored with him when she was younger.
I have a friend who constantly says that Mark Grace was the greatest hitter of the '90s, and I'm just like, you're insane.
Well, they never heard that guy Tony Gwynn, huh?
And that's what I was like, listen, Frank Thomas was a better hitter than him, and Frank Thomas was not the best hitter of the '90s.
Well, yeah, I mean, like if you're like, well, we're gonna go for this type, like Tony Gwynn was a better hitter than Mark Grace, like what Mark Grace was doing. I mean, he wasn't the best hitter of the '90s, but he was better.
Welcome to baseball.
Mark Grace had the most hits in the '90s.
Is that true?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
Or is that just
Palmeiro
something
was
Cubs fans
second.
tell people?
Gwynn was.
Listen, you can have the most hits, that's
fifth.
fine, but
But
you're not
Gwynn
the
played
best hitter.
from
Like,
'82
hits are one
to
thing. You have to also
2001.
you have to throw in slugging percentage. You got to throw in RBIs.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
In the '90s, let's see, where's the batting average? I don't have batting average there, do they?
Tony Gwynn was 40 hits behind Mark Grace in like almost 200 less games.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
pretty good.
Not bad.
Don't
Yeah,
worry.
Gwynn was pretty darn good.
When I first done with,
He's pretty good.
I did the data. I looked it up. I went to whatever the baseball stats website is and pulled out years of data and said, here's why. I think I made a graph on Google Docs.
Nice.
And he's going to pull it up right now. That's actually why he came back to the show.
No, I am going to see if I have it still. But no, I think I actually did that. That was the weird thing I did. I think I might have done it in Excel.
And Gwynn hit 344 in the '90s.
Pretty good, dude. I'm telling you.
I
See
know,
Joe Butler. He lived this. Why would Joe Butler leave San Diego to go live in Indianapolis?
Yeah.
If I could live in San Diego, I would live there forever. Do the weather perfect.
Let's see, they have WAR
But-
here. They have so many different acronyms, and yeah, Gwynn was. Yeah, I would say probably Gwynn was a little bit better, but technically Grace did have
He said he was
more
15.
hits.
You didn't really have a choice then. Dude, I went to San Diego and I was like, I just want to live here forever.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, it's a lot of money. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'm going to go live back in Indiana.
Where it's cold and you get snow.
Oh, man. But the weather this week's been really good.
Yes, it has.
Oh, bro. No, yeah. I found my thing.
Is this a serious chart?
I mean, it's not a chart. It's just a spreadsheet. I went through 1990 to 99. I had Mark Grace, Ken Griffey Jr., and Frank Thomas as the people on it. And I was like, you can't tell me that.
When
I mean,
did
Frank Thomas had a higher batting average.
Dude, he
That
killed
alone
it.
should be
He was so good.
But-
And when I went to San Diego, I stayed with my buddy. We stayed in Coronado Island, like the military base. It was pretty awesome. They had a really nice golf course there.
Man, I guess I didn't realize Frank Thomas had such a high batting average.
Dude, he was a killer, bro. And he
Yeah.
took a bunch of walks. Look at his on-base percentage.
Base, man, that's career 419 on base. Right,
Yeah, he took
Career
a ton of
301
walks.
hitter.
He was a terrible fielder, though. He couldn't throw.
Yeah, that's why they put him at first base.
No, even at first base, they needed. So there was times they needed him to throw home and he couldn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
So when he got to move to DH, I think that was the real move for him.
Let's say who the true is. Carlos Lee, El Caballo.
El Caballo. Were you sad to see Magler Ordonez go to the Tigers?
Nice. So
I don't know, man. My baseball's not that strong. The last guy I remember as a pitcher was Bob Howry. Is he still around? I'm pretty sure he's not.
I don't think he's pitching anymore. He's a heck of a player.
so
I have Minnie Minoso's autograph on a baseball somewhere.
oh boy. So anyway, this has gone off track. So we're gonna get out of here, I think. Unless you want to hear more baseball talk, softball.
That'll be the next podcast next week.
Yeah, next week we're getting into AU Wallen baseball.
Yeah, following baseball cards with Dad. What's the show?
Rocco and Dad Baseball Card Show.
The Rocco and Dad Baseball Card Show. We'll talk 20 minutes of baseball, softball talk in Indiana.
Yes.
Yeah. I recently found a YouTube channel that has like old 1980s and 90s NFL games, like rebroadcast that they restored. And I've been watching the Steelers in that. Oh,
Nice.
I watched Super Bowl V the other day. That was fun.
Bro, it's a different game, right?
Oh, they're all so bad. They would get murdered today.
They're all smoking cigarettes on the sidelines.
Super Bowl V, where I was like, that guy's dead. They didn't float. There's no flags, nothing. They just blindside dudes.
Nice. So, anyway, we're going to get out of here. Stick on here, Nick. We'll talk to you for a little bit, and then we'll see you guys. I don't know what our plans are for the rest of the off season. I know Mike's going to be hot and heavy. Maybe we'll bring on some guests. Maybe I'll just bring Nick on. And
yeah, man. Do you still have the music for the squeeze? Do you still have the intro for the squeeze?
I'm sure I do on some Dropbox folder somewhere.
Bro, I was so sad that I found out we lost the Harrison Council of Power minutes.
yeah.
My favorite post of all time.
Well, that was a great.
Yeah, I'm gonna look for that more. I gotta look for it. I gotta see if I can get it. Hopefully, Wayback Machine can get it. So, anyway, we're gonna be out of here. Thanks for joining us, and we'll be back sometime.